Alright, we're going to be changing out a Himiway A3 controller today. The symptoms, issues that this was having is that the front light and the back light would intermittently turn off. So, decided to go ahead and get a new controller. Here's the new part. We'll get underneath here, take off the old one. We've got a handful of things to then plug back in. Here we go. And then one on the front side. I think once you get those off, you should be able to just start to pull this down. So, pull this out of here. We're going to need to cut some zip ties. And we should be able to get to the bottom. There we are. The light here. Sometimes they're a little difficult to get off. Yellow 3-pin Gillette. Laser controller. But go ahead and as you're unplugging these, get a piece of tape, write which accessory that is. That way, as you come back, you'll have it on the bike, like where the accessories are. This is a rear light. And then I just went ahead and marked on the new controller that same as a rear light. It'll help us get this connected upright. Looks like it's a 6-pin, so we'll mark that on the existing bike, and for the new controller it's going to be this one. So torque sensor there. I believe we have just a few left here. This looks like it runs up to the front of the body, front of the bike. That's a red 2. You see we got that red 2-pin here. I'm not entirely sure what that is. That could be the front light. I would assume that's going to be the front light, and then we're going to have the main accessory line on this one here. This is our battery. And then again, we'll do that on this one as well. So you can see on the main controller here, what we unplugged is the short one. Here's that same one that plugs in. So we've got both our batteries and our rear lights now labeled. We'll keep on going through. And make sure that doesn't fall down the frame of the bike. A little bit easier. Again, not too complex if you don't want to go through the trouble of that. But here's our battery. A lot of these will have arrows, so just make sure that the arrows are connected. And I believe only the battery and then the motor cable will have this screw-on connector. So that's our battery there. I did notice that this was sort of pushed back down in. I'm actually going to wait until I get down to this piece down here, which is this. Let's see if we can't go ahead. This is the one that I mentioned, sort of sits back down in there. So there it is. This is probably going to be hard to see. Alright, so this one was a little difficult to get together, but if you find that this is pushed down too far, you could try to feed some of these lines up and pull this up. I was able to grab the bottom with a set of pliers and then push that in, making sure that the two arrows are aligned. So the rest of this we'll continue to put together, and then we'll test it and fire it up. Sensor here, which goes to this one. Again, it'll have 2 arrows. Line those up. Make sure the connection's in there tight. And then the last one we have here is this rear light. So this light's going to come back here. Still got to get that motor cable connected, but this light is off the back. Alright, so we'll get the motor cable connected, and then we'll get all these wires tucked back in and secure it up. It's back on the wires. The lights work, which was the issue last time, so hold down the top button, light indicator comes on. Both lights, front and rear there. I'd say a successful swap of the controller